Hi, this is Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel. I have a custom order to share with you today. I am really excited about this one. I think it just came out really awesome. This is one of my full-size journals. That's what I call it. It has 3 signatures. I believe it's 180 pages, and it's a recycled cereal box cover. It's quite sturdy. Has a little bit of flex, but that's perfect for holding it and writing. 2-inch spine. And this is for someone who is studying history. She lives in England, I believe. And she wanted a feminine, vintage, historical feel to it. And she was going to be using it to write about her college experiences, particularly the history that she's studying. So I used this beautiful coordinating pink green paper. I found this ribbon at Michael's, and I put some baker's twine through it, and I did some stamping on that. And then I found this vintage scan here, and then some vintage dictionary paper, and then I just sprayed it real quick with a clear acrylic sealer. So this is sealed, and then also the ink on this so it won't smudge since it is a distress ink. I put little book corners on. There's a really pretty pink gingham ribbon, lots of room to expand. So we get right on in the inside here. And this is also a design team project for September for Tsunami Rose, because I used a lot of her papers and a lot of her ephemera. And I'm just showing again how versatile her images are and how you can use them everywhere. So at the beginning here it says Private Journal of Events, and this is one of Tsunami Rose's. And then some of her ephemera. She has lots of amazing ephemera. And then since she was going to be using this journal for a year, there are 12 months. She can start anytime, and they're all Tsunami Rose as well. And I tried to space them evenly throughout so she can, whenever she starts, month, year, and she can fill it all in. And I just tried to add lots of little tidbits throughout that kind of had a vintage, like the Tim Holtz and everything. Lots of room for her to write about what she's doing. Book pages to make little flips. I like the pom-pom trim with the garment pin on the bottom. Ledger paper, coffee dyed paper, and then I put a bunch of these pockets from Tsunami Rose throughout, and then I thought this was really funny. It's one of her pieces of ephemera, and it's from New York to Great Britain from 1908, and it says, "Congratulations, life owes you nothing, Osler." I just thought it was really funny and cute. So little pieces of books. This is Tsunami Rose here. How gorgeous. This is as well, and I made it a big tuck spot for her to put photos or class notes in. Parchment paper. This is Tsunami Rose. And then this is Queen Isabella of Spain and Christopher Columbus. More Tsunami Rose. Here's a corner tuck spot with a book page tag. That's great for journaling. This is another Tsunami Rose piece of ephemera, and then I just added this big piece of lace clipped on, trying to make it very feminine. Here's a little teeny tuck spot and tag, just for the cuteness effect. More Tsunami Rose ephemera. Another calendar. This book page, here, there's a little bead on it. This book page was so beautiful. It was from like a travel book, and it's like a silver and black. Really, really pretty. And I turned it into a pocket so she can stick something in it, and added some pink lace. Thought it just really added a lot. Better get through this a little more quickly or I'll run out of space. Here's a vintage book page about Handel and where he lived. More Tsunami Rose, and that flips out for journaling. Another Tsunami Rose calendar. And then I found some vintage book scans that had to do with British history. And so this is Princess Victoria, daughter of the Duke of Kent. Coffee dyed doily from Junk That Treasures. More Tsunami Rose. More book pages that I found. And this is a game piece, Historic Happenings, and I just did some stamping on it. There's a little button on that garment pin. It says, "Wow." It's like one of those fabric textile stickers. I found this, Aunt Charlotte's Stories of English History for the Little Ones. That's a vintage book scan. There's a little tuck spot page flag and then a vellum tag tuck spot. Okay, I printed some Tsunami Rose flowers on coffee dyed paper and it came out amazing. I will definitely be doing that again. So this is the paper I put through the printer. Some acetate would be really pretty to slip a little picture behind there. Good manners for every day in business. This is Emily Post, Tsunami Rose. Another book page I found about Independence Hall, Philadelphia. Butterfly stamps, more Tsunami Rose ephemera. This is from a typewriter book, a vintage typewriter book. And then I made a little tuck spot pocket for her to slip pictures or notes in. More Tsunami Rose. And then this is another travel book page from a travel book I had. And this flips down so you can slip something or read that. There's a wallpaper tag. This clip keeps it up. And then there's a little gold butterfly. And I love this quote. The Ca de Oro is like the smile of a woman. Its face breathes happiness and serenity, and the Grand Canal reflects it. More Tsunami Rose. And then I used that heart doily that you saw earlier with this coffee dyeing, so you can see that on the paper, some of the graph paper throughout. More Tsunami Rose ephemera for a tuck spot. These are just table of contents from like a book on, I think it's Vikings. Here's a big journaling card I had, and then a little Tsunami Rose lady, and I stuck a little tag in there, and then she can journal my favorite on the back. I thought that came out really well. More stenciling on there. Another Tsunami Rose pocket and some Tsunami Rose ephemera. More Tsunami Rose. I'm trying to point out all the Tsunami Rose since this is a design team project. Here's a vintage 1950s guide to literature and a little tag. Some map pages, parchment, Tsunami Rose, and then a little vintage playing card I turned into a tag. This is also Tsunami Rose, and I added this little flip so she could hide something in there. Book page on Vienna. That was Peggy gave that to me. Thank you, Peggy. More Tsunami Rose and some tags and journaling. Vintage children's book, and this also has Joan of Arc on here somewhere. More Tsunami Rose. There's a little telegram. I love that one. About Vikings. More Tsunami Rose. Just love her stuff. So versatile. Little Tim Holtz. More Tsunami Rose. Here's another tuck spot for her to put things in. Flip down, and then I found this little table of contents. Her Majesty Queen Victoria at the age of 8. And then this guest check is from Junk That Treasures. I love how it's pink. I sewed on a little Tsunami Rose shoe and added one of my mini coffee dyed tags. So I thought, and then you can flip up and journal on the back and here as well. More Tsunami Rose. I found this as well, Aunt Charlotte's stories of English history for the little ones, and it's in print of an old book cover. Pretty lace. Another tuck spot, and we come to the end. So I hope you all enjoyed and got inspired by this because I really loved being able to use a lot of different ephemera. It was a lot of fun, and I hope that this is what you're looking for, and it was so much fun to make. This is one of my favorite full-size journals to make. It honestly just really spoke to me and inspired me. So I hope that y'all were as inspired as I was.